the transcript has begun. The recording has started. So I'm just gonna do like a quick overview of what we're recording here. So this is the recertification process, I believe, right? And we're going to be looking at printing out the 50059 and the summary page and other related documents in new versus classic, because new experience is not allowing us to print everything the way that classic did. And not only is it less intuitive, but it's also a burden to try to use new experience when compared to classic.
Yep.
So, Britt, go ahead and show us piece by piece what we're working with here.
So this is a recertification that I completed effective 8/1/24. So if I go to the three dots and I view, it brings us to the certification summary, which it's not apparent that that is the certification summary that replaced the summary in classic. In order to get it to print with the 50059, you have to click on the box with the arrow to export it to a PDF and then print it from there.
So
Then,
because that's obviously not intuitive, because there's no print button. We have it's an export button, which we like in other places, but that's not an intuitive part of this workflow. I would expect a print, a view, something like that.
Yeah.
Usually there's a print button at the bottom of these kinds of pages. But Britt, would you mind showing what this would have been like in classic? The what that page looks like normally, or looked like in the past?
so in classic,
First of the month, first of the quarter, we're going slow, but the recording we'll have to wait.
you go under the certification tab. You view it. And the certification summary, there's three tabs: certification summary, 50059, and lease. It's very streamlined and you just go through the steps. So you're on the certification summary, there is a print button. You hit print, it prints that. Once you print that, you go to the 50059 tab and that loads and you print that. Then you go to the lease tab, you select new. You are able, it defaults to the annual recertification that you're working with. You are able to select multiple documents at a time. For instance, we need to print the lease amendment and we need to print the lease cover letter. You save that, it generates them. I'm able to print them. It's very easy in classic. However, when you come back over to the new experience, we've just discussed how the certification summary doesn't. I worked with this for the first time last week, processing this person's recertification, and it didn't stand out that this was what I was looking for. I certainly didn't know that I needed to click on the square with an arrow in it. Once I figured that out, you have to go back. You have to then come back to this page. You have to select view forms. It automatically defaults to the HUD 50059 and the HUD 50059 worksheet, which for our portfolio, we do not use the HUD worksheet, but I could see it easily being confused as the new certification summary page, which would result in audit findings. When I go to select the lease form that I want, it only allows me to select one document at a time. So I can't select the two documents that I need. I can only select the one document. And then you have to go back.
For the document selection, just to make sure that we're doing it right, can you just try picking, we're going to have to go again now that you printed it, but I'd like to just select another one and see if by chance it will check off more than one and we just didn't know, right?
Yeah, I think we tried the commas or the semicolons or somehow to get more than one.
It may be that we're right and that we can't do more than one, but I just want to check to make sure it's not just unintuitive, right? So pick that one and then add another one on there. Like just do that again.
You can't. It takes out the first selection
So just go ahead and pick.
because
I just
that's
want
what
to
I
see
was
it.
trying to do.
Oh, I see what Kennedy's saying, like select another one, cause see how there's a check mark next to that? Try another one.
Okay.
I might have tried this, but
So it overwrites the one that we originally saw, but click on the letter again, like you're going to pick another, not print, but yeah, do that. Okay, so it's unchecked the first one that we did, and it's replaced it with the new one. So they're not duplicate, like there's not more than one check mark. We are truly limited to only one option here. So I just wanted to throw that out there for the purpose of the recording, to show that we cannot do more than one here, even though in Classic we can pick from like all of these documents and however many we need. So clearly an oversight in the implementation of New Experience here, because Classic did it just fine and New is kind of blocking us. Are there other pieces to the puzzle you want to show me, Britt?
So the other piece to the puzzle is in Classic, when I would complete a recertification and it was in the final stage, then I would come up and I would click renewals, calculate interest. And at that point, I would be able to, it would automatically default to the end of the lease term. For instance, this person's lease term expires 7/31/2024. It defaults there. I'm able to build the list to calculate the interest for the lease term of 8/1/23 to 7/31/24. I post it. It applies to the tenant ledger. I go back under letters and notices. I select under general the security deposit interest letter, so that when I'm sending out the lease cover letter, they are receiving the lease cover letter and their interest letter in an envelope, and it's applied to the ledger, and I don't have to go back. I know other people go back, but my process is completed when I complete the annual recertification, which expedites the process for me being alone on this site.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
cannot figure out how to do it.
So let's look at New Experience for that, because this is one that I've not gone through for New Experience with you. If you are able to pop up a New Experience, I'll walk through what I would think is the path for this, and that'll at least show the recording what my experience would lead us to. We know that in your experience, we can't figure it out. I'm going to give it a shot just to see what we can figure out here. So my guess is if you wanted to do that at the household level, because normally we know how to do it in bulk at the like top level, but we want to do it really quick when we're in this person, not have to go to a bulk process. So let's try. I would try to start at financial and see if there's an option in there for us. So my first click would be on the more button next to research to see if there's anything in here. There isn't. And then I would change the ledger from resident to deposit to see if maybe there's an option in there. So that's right underneath where it says new transaction. It says resident in a drop down that you can change to deposits. So we can change it. Try more. I don't know if IAS is what we're looking for. Why don't you click IAS? Does anybody know what that means?
I have
I
no
think it's
idea
a-
what I did.
I think it's an interim something. Maybe
So far,
interim
yeah.
adjustment settlement or something.
we don't think it means like interest, annual,
interest.
something.
I don't know. Who knows? At this point, we need to find out.
I feel like it's, oh no, maybe I'm thinking of the final FAS, sorry.
And hey, FAS and IAS, maybe it is final versus interim account statement.
Maybe.
That very well could be. I don't know what IAS is, but it's starting to feel more and more like it's not the answer to how to get interest. Interim account statement, there it is.
Okay.
So there's nothing in here about interest. We can go ahead and close this.
What if you check on those three to the right? What is that to the right of the balance? Oh, no, go down like to the ledger.
To the line item for 241.
Yeah, the line
three
item.
dots there.
Reverse.
From there. So
New
find new transaction and do IDEP and see if it will like know how to calculate it right away. We don't want to do add. This is supposed to come up. There we go. So our transaction code would be IDEP.
IDEP, yeah.
You can type in the, yeah, there you go. So you click that. Okay, so it's not calculating anything. You'd have to be calculating that on your own, which is not something you're gonna do.
We're not gonna do that.
So I think you're right. After giving that a shot, I believe there is no way to process this interest in new experience the way you did it in classic. One more thing, I guess we can try. How about the balance due in the upper right? There's 3 dots. You could try those 3, just see if there's anything there.
Oh, manage renewals, yeah, because it's on renewals with the other thing.
Oh, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be there though. Did it just do nothing and then?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't have anything floating.
You would think it was something would come up.
Well, this person isn't pending renewal, so
Yeah.
Oh, maybe go to somebody that you are.
Yeah, let me go to somebody who is. Let me just get somebody who is.
I don't think that would do it though.
Oh, you know
If
what?
that's going to do it, I'm going to let RealPage come back to me and tell me. Only because there's this is not an intuitive way to solve security deposit interest. It's to go find somebody who's pending renewal.
Right.
So I think that's fine. We've showcased that we can't easily accomplish either of the things that we're trying to do that were easy in classic. And I'll send the recording along. I'm not sure because once it's going really slow today, we might not want to wait for these to come through. Oh well, there it goes. We can wait. Oh, there you don't even have the managed renewal.
No, because I haven't completed
Go to
her.
compliance. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because this person's
Because I
also-
haven't completed her. So she's
right.
gonna be a September 1st research. So I haven't completed her recertification yet. So there's no way to look because I don't have anybody that I'm able to do their recertification for right now, but I will absolutely look at that when I do process one for September to see if that might be where it is.
Yep.
It's not going to be there. It's almost certainly just a function that was left out in the transfer, and maybe they're working on building it back in. Maybe they forgot and they're not working on it, but we've got it recorded, so now we can at least show them. Is there anything else that we should touch on while we're recording, or are we good to end it?
I think we're good to end it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then can we do the bulk monthly SD interest though, so we can show Kennedy? And like you
We can
wanted
go
to,
over
like,
that together. I'll stop the recording now.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. I wanted to, me adding that step.
yeah.
All right.